In this problem, we want to isolate a radical just like we've done before. So how do I isolate a radical? And you want to isolate the most complicated looking one. So what do you want to do?
Move the radical x to the other side.
Move the radical x? The square root of x. Square root of x.
You have so many words.
So many more. I need to get vocabulary quizzes, I guess. The square root of 3x minus 2 is equal to 2 plus the square root of x.
Right.
You all agree? Now, we have to apply the power property. That means we have to raise both sides to the appropriate power. What is that power?
Square.
All right, so I'm going to square this.
Are you guys using markers now?
I'm sorry?
Like, on Monday too, you're using markers. Any specific reason for that?
I just want to try something different. I like the variety of colors. I think it makes it look a little bit more bold. So,
Yes, it does. You should try green.
so when I square the left side, what do I get?
3x minus
3x
2.
minus 2 is equal to 4 plus 4 square root x plus x.
Woo! Someone brought their A game today. Remember when you're squaring a binomial, I'll make the notes here, especially for those of you who are watching this at home. Maybe this is your first time viewing my channel. Please tell your friends about it.
Hi Dylan, congratulations, you watched the video.
You can't hear anyone else but you on the video.
No, you can.
Oh, that's
Them too.
except for so I guess you have to move up to the front row if you want to be famous.
No.
So when I square this, when I square that guy, what do I get?
4.
4.
I get 4.
That sucks though, that's just ruined
When I
the
square
day.
when I square the square root of x, I get just x. And then the middle piece comes by multiplying 2 times, just worry about the coefficients. 2 times 1 is 2, and then when you multiply that times 2 as part of the formula, you get 4. So that's 4 square roots of x. You don't like that, do you? Let me show you again. That's 2 times a, which is 2 times b, which is the square root of x. 2 times 2 is 4, times the square root of x is 4 square roots of x. Yes?
Where'd you get that two from?
This 2 comes from the formula that you were supposed to have learned way back in section 5.4.
Not entirely sure what accent that is.
That is my southern accent. This is how all people talk in Tennessee. See, you know how I'm from Tennessee, right?
You're the only
Yeah,
one I see.
yeah, that's right, because I'm the only 10 you see. Oh, it's all day, people, all day. Now, how many radicals do I start with in this equation?
2.
2. How many do I have now? I still have 1 left, so I have to isolate that guy and apply the power property again. So move the 4 over, move the x over. What does my equation look like?
2x minus 6.
I get 2x minus 6 is equal to 4
Square root x.
square roots of x.
Would you divide that by 4?
Now, would I divide this by 4 is a good question. Yes and no. If I divide by 4, I can totally get the radical by itself. However, dividing all of these guys by 4 will cause me to have fractions, and I don't think you want to have fractions, do you?
No.
But what we can do is we can identify that there is a common factor for all of these guys. What is it?
2.
2, and I can divide everything by 2, and what do I get? That's right, 2x divided by 2 is x. Thanks for jumping in there, nobody.
You're welcome.
X minus 3 equals 2.
Since nobody can hear me.
So you guys could say anything you want to, right? And you only hear me,
Except for them.
except for them.
Kelly.
You mostly get. Let's have a duet. Now, what power do I want to raise both sides to?
2.
Square both sides. Now, the left side should be nice and easy, a problem that we would have seen in 0308. You have to square x minus 3. Use that special product that we already have written here. What do you get?
X squared.
X squared. What's the last part?
9.
Plus 9. Now the middle part. What's x times negative 3?
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x times 2 is negative 6x.
Am I gonna open it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Equals what?
Did that just for you.
And that's going to equal 4x. Remember, you're squaring the 2, which is 4. You square the square root, you get x, right? So the left side is squaring a binomial. The right side is just squaring that term. We saw that guy when we were dealing with the difference of squares a few videos ago. Now, look at my equation. It doesn't have any radicals. What type of equation do I have here?
Quadratic.
It's quadratic. So how do I solve this guy?
Zero factor theorem.
The zero factor theorem, which means I have to get it equal to 0. So how do I do that?
Negative 4x.
So that's x squared. When I subtract the 4x over, minus 10x plus 9 equals 0. The second part is to do what?
Factor.
Factor. So how do I factor x squared minus 10x plus 9?
Some way.
A 10 and a 1.
I've got to break down the 9, not the 10.
Yeah. So x plus 10, x minus 1.
You have to multiply to get 9.
Oh yeah, I'm just kidding.
Negative 1.
So x minus 9 times x minus 1 equals 0. Now you apply the theorem, which is where you set each of these guys equal to 0. So x minus 9 means x equals what?
9.
Or x equals 1.
And then you have to check.
You're right, I don't box it yet because I have to check these guys against the original equation. Always go back to the original.
Didn't do it this time, so help me.
You didn't do what? You didn't box them this time?
Didn't box immediately.
That's right, that's right. Way to represent. It's time! So we're going to check each of these guys. Let me check this one. In the original guy, we want to check to see is the square root of 3 times 9 minus 2 minus the square root of 9, does that equal 2? Well, what's 3 times 9 minus 2? So is the square root of 25 minus the square root of 9 equal to 2?
yes.
Well, that's 5 minus 3, which equals 2. Check. So I can box that guy. I know he's right. What about x equals 1? Is 3 times 1 minus 2 minus the square root of 1 equal to 2? No, if I do this, 3 times 1 minus 2 is 1. The square root of 1 minus the square root of 1 equals what? 0, which does not equal 2. So what do I say about x equals 1?
Extraneous solution.
This guy is an extraneous solution.
Can we box it if we box the extraneous solution part?
No, let's not box that. Let's only box the answers that are the answers.